So after a really beautiful, wonderful morning in Heswell Hall at the Wirral Pathway Festival, where I was invited to give a talk about the rise of the goddess, which I thoroughly enjoyed and very grateful for. It was very well received. I was very humbled by all the beautiful things that were said to me. It's easy to talk about something that is your passion, something that you really love. I can find the words for goddess all the time. Can't remember my own name half the time, but the words for goddess, yes, definitely. So as we were quite close to my favorite spot in the world, I decided to come and pay my respects to my goddess. So here we are at Bala Lake. At the moment the water is incredibly high, and those of you who were here in June, who were here with us and dedicated, sorry, not June, September. Was it September? My God, it doesn't feel that close. But those of you who were here maybe remember this spot, only very much drier, and yet probably with great fondness. So girls, have a look. This could have been you if she had been in one of her moods. Thankfully she liked you and you had a great time. Here's the little spot, if you remember. So at the moment all the trees are losing their leaves here. It's another different season, the season of Cerridwen, the season of Cerridwen. I'm really excited to be here. If you see that tree up above us is an alder, and she stands right here with her beautiful catkins, graceful, gorgeous. We've got lots of haws. I'm going to be picking some of those. They're fantastic for making cough syrups, and they're so good for you. Vitamin C. Unfortunately all the blackberries of course have gone for the season, although interestingly, and I noticed this somewhere else, we actually have some coming back. It's a funny old world at the moment. This is usually just a tiny little stream. Have a look at the absolute menace it is now. I'm glad to see that they've replaced the wooden bridge. When we were here for the dedication, we weren't allowed to go across, so we had to go across the water, which was fun in itself. There's always a challenge when you're with Cerridwen. She doesn't like to make things too easy for you. I love the water, I love the sound of the water. This is her flow, the flow of her sacred waters into the lake. It's amazing how it changes every time we visit here. My goodness, look at this. For those of you who've never been here, this is about, I'd say, a good 5-6 times as wide and as wild as it usually is. Lots of water in North Wales at the moment. Terry was a little bit concerned about us coming down here, but frankly, wild horses couldn't have kept me away. Getting a piece of her landscape, feeling her beautiful sacred ground under my feet, allowing myself to stand by her lake and speak to her of all the things that bother me, all the things that I ask her, clarifying what she's asking of me as her priestess. It's not always easy being a teacher, being a priestess, especially since there are not that many of us. Sure, there's quite a few in Glastonbury, but frankly, across the world, we are still in need of far, far more. When I gave my talk this morning, it was very clear that in a room of probably 50 people, there were 2 or 3 who suddenly woke up and thought to themselves, hold on, that's something I can do. I feel drawn to that. But am I good enough? Am I worthy? What does it actually mean to be a priestess or a priest? Well, as I always say, it means service and resilience. It means worshipping this beautiful country, this beautiful world. Knowing your place, defending the animals that live side by side with us and in truth have the same rights as we have. What makes us so special that we are allowed to kill them so that they don't get in our way or for food? In the old days, when the Celtic people held this land as sacred, they never took more than they could conceivably consume or stow away for the winter. And whatever wasn't needed wasn't taken. Look at the beauty and the green. Look at all the gifts that Goddess gives us. And all she asks of us is this: share. Don't take any more than you need and share what you have. If you create abundance and you share that abundance, you will be repaid. If you hold on to stuff, if you try miser away and not share with anyone, then inevitably you will lose out when it comes to connection. You'll lose out when it comes to celebration. You lose out on seeing this world with the eyes of another. And this is my beautiful husband looking for treasure. This land has so much to give. We are always grateful. Last year it gave us a sheep skull from a sheep that had drowned in the floods. Taking it home, honoring it, honoring its presence in the world is part of our path. This is a beautiful land. Walking the path towards Goddess gives peace, balance, allowing yourself to see the world as it really is, and not giving in to the fear that is being mongered by so many people right now. Do your bit, preserve what you can, work in your sphere of influence, allow others to know that you are awake, present, seeing all that is around you, that you are a steady pair of hands when the going gets tough, and that not everything you do has to be for money or other reciprocal services, that you give from your open heart that you give out of love for all existences. It's getting colder now. The birds will need feeding. Foxes, badgers. What can you do? What can you offer? What is yours to give? Apparently an abundance of water in this place. As I walk this path that I've walked for so long and so often, I'm always grateful that I still have my 2 feet to get over these. That I'm still fit enough after 10 years to walk this beautiful land. I'm grateful for everything that I see and witness. And it's that gratitude, that awareness that I'm part of all of this, that makes my life so much better. I am a priestess of the great Earth Mother. I am in service to her. For those of you who know Bala well, have a look at our oaks. For those of you who don't know Bala well, we usually have another 10 foot of beach coming around. Allow yourself to be present and free and see the beauty mirrored from the lake of the goddess Cerridwen, Lady of the Lake, Lady of the Mists, Lady of the sacred warm waters, here up in North Wales. Go outside today, breathe in the marvelous air. Every breath you take is a sacred breath. Every breath you take is a healing breath. You breathe in the love of the goddess for you, and you breathe out that which will feed your brothers and sisters, the standing people, the trees. Deeply rooted in the land, holding fast against all that come to destroy. They will be here when we have long gone. From the oaks, the wisdom of the Druids, at this Lake Bala, November 2019, I wish you blessings of Samhain, Kalan Gaev, season of the goddess of death and rebirth, who holds the cauldron of transformation, change and renewal. For us Druids, it is the beginning of a new year on the 31st, and we are now standing and contemplating what we want to manifest in the year to come. I invite you to do the same. I invite you to look at your life, see what needs to be changed, needs to be let go of, with peace, gratitude and love, and then what must be invited in, what will make you happy, what will give you the bliss. Blessed be.